Hi, Math 1. Let's take a look at discrete versus continuous. Okay, so when I say the word discrete, the first thing that should pop into your mind is dots. The graph is just points. Okay, the graph is just points. So here's an example of a graph, okay, where it's point, 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 point. It looks like it's an increasing linear function. Okay. I could also do point, 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 something that looks more like a curve, okay? And this is a decreasing exponential graph, but it's discrete because it's just points, okay? As long as you have just points, you are discrete, okay? Your graph could even go like this, okay? This is weird. This is not linear. This is not exponential, okay? But it is discrete. All right, so when I say discrete, you're just looking how the graph is, if it's dots or if it's connected. Okay, when I say continuous, okay, continuous means the graph is connected. The graph is connected. The points are connected when you draw the graph. Okay, so take a look at this one right here. This is an example of a graph. It's a linear equation. Now there's points along this graph, okay, but it was connected. So here's an example of a linear continuous. The graph could also be exponential, okay? But the question is it connected? The graph could even be something crazy like this, okay? This graph is not linear. It's not exponential, but it is continuous. Okay? So this is neither. It's neither linear or exponential, but it is connected. Okay, so I don't care what shape it is when I say is it continuous. I just want to know if it's all connected. This one was linear. This one was linear. This one was exponential. And this one was neither. Okay, when you're talking about scenarios, okay, you're going to look at something else though. Okay, so if you have a scenario, discrete is something we count. Okay, is something we count. Okay, for example, maybe I count dollars. I can count dollars, demon dollars. I can count students. I can count shells. Okay, anything you can count. If you count it, it's called discrete. Okay. What about continuous? Continuous is something we measure. Okay, something that we measure. Okay, so what are things that we measure? Okay, maybe you have a measuring cup. You measure water. Okay, or you measure liquid. Maybe you measure with a ruler. You measure something in terms of its length, or you measure its height. Okay, so if it's something you measure, it's considered continuous. Okay, and when you're saying your reasons, okay, if I give you a story, say because it's something we measure. Don't say because of the graph. Okay, if you see a graph, talk about the graph. All right, how about this one? The number of likes triples every hour. Okay, so I notice that it's tripling. Okay, but what's tripling? The number of likes. The number of likes. Okay, so this is a scenario. Is likes something we count or measure? It's something we count. So we're going to say it's discrete. Okay, and I'm not going to say because the graph is dots. I don't see a graph here. The reason it's discrete is because the number of likes is something we count. Oops, count. So count is the word I'd be looking for on your test. Okay, the length of the road increases by 2 miles every day. The length of the road. Wow, it looks like they're increasing the road. They're making the road longer. Okay, but we're talking about the length of the road. Okay, is road length, is that something you count? Okay, or do we measure how many miles? Okay, that's going to be considered continuous because road length is something we measure. Okay, so those would be the two reasons you'd want to give. Counting versus measuring, dots versus connected. Okay, good luck practicing this.